Hi friends, hello, very good morning to one and all. Welcome to our channel, The Voice of Nurse. Today we are going to discuss a continuous topic from the previous videos. The subject name is Sociology. Today we are going to discuss part 4. In today's class, we are going to discuss from question number 81 to 100, means 20 questions we are going to discuss. Previously, in past videos, we already finished part 1 related to the sociology. In part 1 related to the sociology introduction and definition and society, individuals, family, community and types of community, plus 20 questions, very important questions along with these topics we discussed in part 1 video. In next part 2 video, we discuss related to the very important and frequently asked questions in previous years. The 30 questions we discussed in part 2 from 21 to 50. 30 questions we discussed in part 2 video. Then last class we discussed related to the sociology 30 questions from 51 to we discussed 80. 30 questions related to the sociology, very important questions and answers we discussed in part 3 video. In today's class we are going to discuss part 4 related to the sociology from question number 81 to left 20 questions we are going to discuss in today's class. But before moving on to topic, a small request friends, anybody watching first time my channel, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification. In the video, please give a like and share the video to your friends. Please share your opinion in comment section. And one more thing I want to share today before the today's class discussion. Next upcoming videos we are going to discuss model paper related to the nursing subjects. In previous years we got a questions. I will pick a important question from the previous years and I will make a model papers for further next upcoming videos. For stay tuned friends and click on the bell icon for further notifications, and also please subscribe my channel. One more thing also, we already finished one model paper related to the MHSRB Staff nurse. In previous years model paper we already finished first set of model paper. Next upcoming video we are going to discuss second model paper. So I will give a link in description, please check it once friends. Model paper 1 we already finished. Upcoming video after finishing today's class sociology subject, next we are going to discuss model paper related to the nursing subjects. So let's move on to today's topic, sociology related to the nursing. We will start today's class. Question number 81. The spread of cultural traits and patterns in space is called as. Here the spread of cultural traits and patterns in space is called as from the options. We will see here options first. Option A, diffusion. Option B, assimilation. Option C, acculturation. Option D, all of the above. What is cultural patterns or traits? We have to know. Cultural pattern is the way of behavior of the people. A large number of people following certain behavior make it a custom. This custom, when growing popular among the people, becomes a precedent and rule of social life. This rule of social life is pattern of life. Next, what is cultural traits and pattern of space? Cultural space, nothing but pattern space means cultural space. In shortly, I will explain. Cultural space is simply the space that surrounds art and culture. How do you create cultural space? Means create art, support culture, show that art and culture. The space around that work becomes cultural space. So here the cultural diffusion is the spread of cultural traits from one group to another group. So here in these options, option A, diffusion is the correct answer. What is cultural diffusion? We have to know one more thing. Cultural diffusion is the spread of cultural traits across locations, beliefs, practices, and ideas get shared from person to person and sometimes even around the world through this diffusion, as happens with viral videos. So here in these options, option A is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 82. Men in interdependence means. Men is in interdependence means, we will see here options. Option A behavior, option B human, option C society, option D social agencies. Men is in interdependence means the state of being dependent upon one another. Here people or things that are interdependent, all depend on each other. So here men is in interdependence means men is in interdependent in society. Not only men, each and every person is an all or dependent on one and each other. So we are depending on others, other depending on others means here one person is depending upon the one more person. So here this is continuing process. The interdependence will happen in the society. So here in this option, option C is the correct answer. Some examples of interdependence can include people dependent on nature for survival, example hunting, air gathering, and also businesses depend on suppliers for raw materials, and also financial institutions depend on businesses to loan money. These all are the example for the interdependence in this society. So here in this question, men is in interdependence means society. Not only men, all members are interdependent in the society only. Next we will move on to question number 83. Rural term is derived from. The word rural term is derived from which language? We will see here options. Option A French, option B Latin, option C Greek, option D none of the above. The word rural is derived from Middle English, from Old French, from Latin ruralis, from ruas the country. Here the relating to the country people or life or agriculture. The word rural means relating to the country people or life or agriculture. When was the word rural invented? Early 15th C of persons living in the countryside, from Old French rural, from Latin ruralis of the countryside, open land, country to open space. See room by 1510 as characteristics of country life generally rustic. Here the rural areas as those areas with population of less than 49,000. It is generally said that the rural areas house up to 70% of India's population. Rural India contributes a large chunk to India's GDP by way of agriculture, self-employment, services, construction, and etc. So here the word rural term is derived from Latin word. So here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 84. What determines group life? What is that determines in group life? We will see here options. Option A we feeling, option B common purposes, option C feeling of unity, option D all of the above. Here what is mean by group life? A form of life insurance available to members of a group, typically employees of a company under a master policy, is called as group life. Insurance available to members of group, typically employees of a company under a master policy, is called as group life. The group insurance policies protects against the risk of credit as well as life. The coverage of the insurance is directly proportional to the loan amount and rate of interest. In case of the unfortunate death of a member, the death benefit will be paid to the nominee. So here determines in group life means while the sum assumed under a group life insurance is usually determined by insurance provider according to the member's age, income and position. It is recommended to the choose suitable sum assured that provides adequate protection to the employees during an eventuality. So here determined group life means we feeling common purpose, feeling of unity. So here all of the above is the correct answer, option D. Next we will move on to question number 85. Man's behavior in society is determined by mainly by two forces, namely here the man's behavior, the human behavior is in society determined mainly by two forces, namely we will see here options. Option A formal and informal, option B natural and unnatural, option C physical and social, option D psychological and physiological. The human behavior is affected both by genetic inheritance and by experience. What are the effects of society have on human behavior means our culture shapes the way we work and play, and it makes differences in how we view ourselves and others. It affects our values, what we consider right and wrong. This is how the society we live in influences our choices, but our choices can also influence others and ultimately help shape our society. Social process, like man is a social animal, it is difficult for him to live in isolation. They always live in groups. As members of these groups, they act is in certain manner. Here, man's behavior in society is determined by two forces, namely physical and social, physiological and social, social in society, physiological in family. So here man's behavior is in society is determined by two main forces, that name was physical and social. So here in this option, option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 86. When the individual taking drugs, they develop which symptoms from following. Here the individual taking drugs, they will develop which symptoms from the following options. We will see here options. Option A suicidal, option B withdrawal, option C aggressive, option D none of the above. Attempts to stop drugs use may cause intense cravings and make you feel physically ill. This is called as withdrawal symptoms. Here, attempts to stop drug use may cause intense cravings and make you feel physically ill. Means here the person will feel physically ill. This process totally is called as withdrawal symptoms. So here in this, individual taking drugs, they develop which symptoms from the following options means withdrawal symptoms they will develop. What is the causes and symptoms of withdrawal symptoms we will see here. The causes drugs withdrawal symptoms like results of dependence, which is the body's normal physiological adaptation to the sustained presence of substances, and a person who develops dependence may feel like they need the drug to think and function normally. Symptoms can include not being able to sleep, irritability, changing mood, depression, anxiety, aches and pains, cravings, tiredness. These all are the withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal symptoms also known as discontinuation syndrome. Withdrawal symptoms also called as discontinuation syndrome occurs is in individuals who have developed physiological dependence on substances and who discontinue or reduce their use of it. So here in this option, option B is the correct answer. Individual taking drugs and develop symptoms means withdrawal symptoms. So here in this option, option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 87. In our India, we have more than caste. in our India, how many types of caste we are having? We will see here options. Option A 3000, option B 100, option C 1000, option D 200. What is India's caste system? We have to know first. The caste system divides Hindus into four main categories: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and the Sudras. Castes are primarily associated with Hinduism, but caste-like groups also exist among Muslims, Indian, Christians, and other religious communities. How many castes and subcastes are there in India means the main castes were further divided into about 3000 castes and 25,000 subcastes, each based on their specific occupation. There are four classes actually in India: Brahmas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, and Sudras. But here how many castes and subcastes? Here in this question only caste was there. Here main caste is 3000 castes and subcastes divided into 25,000. There are 3000 castes and 25,000 subcastes in India, each related to this specific occupation. So here in these options, option A is the correct answer. In our India, we have more than 3000 castes. In case in exam we got question like in our India, how many subcaste is there, means we are having 25,000 of subcastes. But in this 87th question, we are having our India, we have more than how many caste, means option A 3000 is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 88. What is known as mother of all social sciences? What is known as mother of all social sciences? We will see here options. Option A sociology, option B psychology, option C social psychology, option D none of the above. Systematically studies all the aspects of society, economics, politics, psychology, environment, gender, etc., or its branches of studies. All other social sciences focus on particular areas. Thus, sociology is called as the mother of all social sciences. So here, sociology is mother of all social sciences. Why sociology is known as mother of all social sciences means the simplest reason for the subject being the mother is that sociology studies on the society and human living in it. Society is the main laboratory where all other subjects like economics, political science, etc. relates. Hence, it is called as mother of all social sciences. So here the sociology is called as mother of social sciences. Sociology could be a scientific discipline basically known as because the study of society. So sociology is the mother of all social sciences. Here option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 89. The essential function of punishment in society is. The essential function of punishment in society. We will see here option A revenge, option B reform, option C affirmation of moral standards, option D none of the above. Essential function of punishment in society. Punishment is necessary to keep society's discipline and structure in order. If a person breaks the law or violates social standards or commits a crime, he is subjected to physical, economic, or mental harassment as a kind of punishment. As a result, punishment is traditionally viewed as a negative moral consequence. Punishment have 5 recognized purposes: deterrence, incapacitation, rehabilitation, retribution, and restitution. The morality of punishment. The moral challenge of punishment is to establish what makes it permissible to subject those who have been convicted of crimes to such treatment. Traditionally, justifications of punishment have been either consequentialist or retributivist. So here essential function of punishment in society is affirmation of moral standards. So here option C is the correct answer. What is mean by moral standards? Here affirmation of moral standards, we are having four moral standards like rights, justice, utility and care. So here in this option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 90. Emile Durkheim is known for his work on. What is meant by Emile Durkheim is known as his work on? We will see here option. Option A socialization, option B political, option C suicide, option D all of the above. The systematic sociology of education began with the work of Emile Durkheim in the year of 1858 to 1917 on moral education as a basis for organic solidarity, and with studies by Max Weber from 1864 to 1920 on the Chinese literature as an instrument of political control. What is the Emile Durkheim most known for? He is most well known as the author of On the Division of Social Labor, Rules of Sociological Method, Suicide and the Elementary Forms of Religious Life. However, the Durkheim also published a voluminous number of articles and reviews and has had several of his lecture courses published posthumously. So here Emile Durkheim is known as his work like suicidal. So here in this option C is the correct answer. Emile Durkheim's major works included The Division of Labor in Society in 1893, The Rules of Sociological Method, Suicide and Evolution in France, and Elementary Forms of Religious Lives. So here in this option C is the correct answer, suicide. Next we will move on to question number 91. Who was propounder of religious theory in Origin of Caste? Who was the founder of religious theory in Origin of Caste? We will see here options. Option A Macquarie, option B Hockart and Senat, option C Majumdar, option D Page. Here the propounder of religious theory in Origin of Caste, Hockart and Senat. So here option B is the correct answer. Hockart and Senat are the two main advocates of religious theory. According to Hockart, social stratification originated an amount of religious principles and customs. Who has given the theory of caste system means racial theory in his work Races and Culture in India? Indian sociologist D.N. Majumdar claims that the caste system emerged following the arrival of Aryans. So here the propounder of religious theory in Origin of Caste means Hockart and Senat. In case who was given the theory of caste system means D.N. Majumdar. This is also one more important question. Who has propounder of religious theory in Origin of Caste means option B Hockart and Senat is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 92. Established modes of thought and action is called as. Established modes of thought and action is called as. We will see here options. Option A behavior, option B personality, option C customs, option D culture. The term customs refers to established modes of thought and action. So here customs is the correct answer. What is meant by custom of society is called as folk ways or behaviors that are learned and shared by social group that we often refer to as customs in a group that are not morally significant but they can be important for social acceptance. What is meant by custom? The word custom is used to apply to the totality of behavior patterns which are carried by tradition and lodged in the group as contrasted with the more random personal activities of individual. So here established modes of thoughts and action is called as customs. So here in this option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 93. Who is the founder of psychoanalysis? We will see here options. Option A, Cooley. Option B, Jean Piaget. Option C, Sigmund Freud. Option D, Max Weber. The discipline was established in the early year of 1890s by Sigmund Freud, whose work stemmed partly from the clinical work of Joseph Breuer and others. Sigmund Freud was born in 1856 in Australia but lived mainly in Vienna. The founder of Psychoanalysis School of Thought earned his medical degree in 1881. So here the Sigmund Freud was the founder of psychoanalysis, and over his immensely productive and extraordinary career developed groundbreaking theories about the nature and workings of human mind, which went on to have an immeasurable impact on both psychology and Western culture as whole. So here the father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud. Option C is the correct answer, Sigmund Freud. Next, we will move on to question number 94. One of the shortcomings of sociology is we will see here option A, lack of experimentation. Option B, lack of exactivity. Option C, lack of objectivity. Option D, all of the above. The management of social process, because management of functions are basically concerned with relations among the people, it is called as social process, since the efforts of human beings have to be directed and coordinated to regulated by management. Sociologists set up specific studies in controlled environments in order to examine relationship between the variables. Some studies are correlational, meaning they examine how two variables change together, while others are experimental, meaning they use controlled conditions to attempt to explain cause and effect. Here, one of the shortcomings sociology is all of the above is the correct answer here. Here, lack of experimentation, lack of exactivity, lack of objectivity. The sociologist cannot maintain complete its objectivity in order to understand its external action. Lack of exactivity. The laws and conclusions cannot be expressed in precise terms. The prediction might not be true. Findings are often limited in the time and space. So here, one of the shortcomings sociology means all of the above is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 95. The concept of themes has been given by. We will see here option A, Linton. Option B, Opler. Option C, Bose. Option D, Ruth Benedict. The concept of themes has been given by Opler. American anthropologist Maurice Edward Opler. Here the name is Maurice Edward Opler. In the year of 1907 to 1996, brother of Marvin Kaufman Opler. Here the example of theme and concept. Under each theme there can be various concepts as well. For example, under the theme of role of organizations, one can speak of the concept of new international crusade. This highlights that although concepts and themes are very much linked together, there exists a clear difference between these two words. So here the concept of themes has been given by Opler. His name is Maurice Edward Opler. Option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 96. The most pervasive of the social processes are. Here the most pervasive of social process are, we will see here option A cooperation, option B competition, option C over conflict, option D none of the above. What is meant by social processes? Those activities, actions and operations that involve interactions between people. These framework elements serves as a broad placeholder for all social processes. All subcategories currently emphasize the driving forces that directly act upon endowment. The main social processes characterized by social interactions, the social exchange that occur between individuals and group in society. The three main types of social processes are cooperation, competition and conflict. But here most pervasive of social processes are cooperation. Cooperation is one of the most basic, pervasive and continuous social processes. It is the very basis of social existence. Cooperation generally means working together for the pursuit of a common goal. So here most pervasive of the social processes is cooperation. Option A is the correct answer. Here next we will move on to question number 97. Collaboration of two or more people in work is called as. The collaboration of two or more people in a work is called as. We will see here options. Option A teamwork, option B division of work, option C A and B, option D none of the above. What is group collaboration is called as means team collaboration is working together as a group on project, process and concept to achieve a better result than what could be obtained individually. It involves brainstorming, thinking, creativity, offering unique skills, seeing the bigger picture and meeting a common goals. Here four types of collaboration is there: team collaboration, community collaboration, network collaboration and cloud collaboration. Collaboration techniques are simply the behaviors and practices that you and your team members or team employees to work together better. They can refer anything from your communication methods to your company culture to the tools used day to day. Collaboration of two or more people in a work is called as teamwork. Teamwork is often a physical joining of two people or group to accomplish a task called as teamwork. So here in these options, option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 98. Family is the character and behavior of its members. Family is the character, behaviors and its members. We will see here options. Option A destroys, option B molds, option C destruction, option D none of the above. It shapes the personality and molds the character of its members. It is emotionally conditions the child. Nuclear position in the social structure. Family plays a significant role one's life. It shapes person characteristics, values, physical and mental health. So here the family is the character and behavior of its members means mold, means molding or molds. So here in this option, option B is the correct answer. It shapes personality and molds the character of its members. So here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Family is the character and behavior of its members molds. Next we will move on to question number 99. Which environment manufactures the people as a citizens? Which of the environment manufactures the people as a citizens? We will see here options. Option A good, option B bad, option C A and B, option D none of the above. The environmental problems that today's world is facing are so great that there are little ordinary people can do to improve the situation. Some of these seemingly small habits like tied to issues that global citizen campaigning or like reducing greenhouse gas emissions to reduce the waste. 21 easy ways to become more environmentally friendly means become more awareness of resources, practice conversations, and plant trees, conserve water, try renewable energy, change LED light bulbs, and stop food waste. So here, which environment manufactures the people as the citizen of good manner? How can family affect behavior? Means family influences on the development of emotion can be seen in the parenting practices, emotional family climate, and different emotional learning experiences. Here the environment manufactures people as a citizen in good. Option A is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 100. This is last question in this part 4 video related to the sociology subject. Last question number 100. Learning by the children first takes place by. Learning by the children first takes place by. We will see here options. Option A environment, option B school, option C college, option D parents. Learning space or learning setting refers to a physical setting for a learning environment, a place in which teaching and learning occur. The term commonly used more definitive alternative to classroom, but it may also refer to indoor or outdoor location, either actual or virtual. What is the first learning place of child? Means here the family is the greatest gift of nature. It is the first learning place. The child learns everything by watching and imitating the family members. It may be how to speak, walk, and behave. So here the learning by the children first takes place by parents. So here in these options, option D is the correct answer, parents. This is last question in this part 4 video related to the sociology. Till now we finished almost all subject related to the nursing subjects. In sociology also we successfully finished 100 question, very important related to the sociology. And upcoming classes we are going to discuss only model paper related to all nursing subjects, and also the model papers like previous year's question papers and very important questions and FAQs only I will mention in model papers. We already finished first set of model paper. I will give a link in description related to the sociology 3 parts, and related to the model paper also I will give a link in description. Thank you so much for watching my video. Anybody watching first time my channel, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification, and the video please give a like and share the video to your friends. Please share your opinion in comment section. Stay tuned friends. Thank you.